Are you hungry for the latest news and trends from the internet? Welcome to What's Cooking on the Internet, your one-stop shop for discovering the hottest digital delights. Hit that subscribe button and let's get cooking.
As trade tensions ease, can the US-EU deal bring stability to the global economy? What do you think? Drop a comment. The US and EU are finally making progress on a trade deal, and investors are breathing a sigh of relief. The recent stock market surge is a clear sign that people are optimistic about the deal's chances. But what does this mean for the global economy? And can a US-EU deal really bring stability to the world's markets? Recently, the US and EU were locked in a trade war, with President Trump threatening to slap 50% tariffs on EU imports. But after a delay in the tariffs, investor sentiment improved, and the market started looking to the future with renewed hope. The Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped 1.8% on Tuesday, while the S&P 500 closed 2.1% higher. So what's behind this sudden shift in investor sentiment? One key factor is the EU's decision to speed up tariff talks with the US. This move eased concerns about a transatlantic trade war and gave investors hope that a deal can be reached. Another factor is the delay in Trump's tariffs, which gave the EU and US more time to negotiate. But what does this mean for the global economy? A US-EU deal could have far-reaching consequences, from boosting economic growth to reducing trade tensions. It could also have a positive impact on consumer confidence, which rose in May after 5 consecutive months of decline, and with the EU and US accounting for a significant portion of global trade. A deal between the two could have a ripple effect on markets around the world, of course. There are still many challenges to overcome before a deal can be reached. The US and EU have different priorities, and finding common ground won't be easy. But with investor sentiment on the rise, and the market looking to the future with renewed optimism, it's clear that a US-EU deal is now a very real possibility. As we look to the future, it's worth considering the potential implications of a US-EU deal. What would it mean for the global economy, and how would it impact markets around the world? Would it lead to increased economic growth, or would it create new challenges for businesses and consumers? These are just a few of the questions we'll be exploring in the coming weeks and months. For now, it's clear that the market is optimistic about the prospects of a US-EU deal, and with investor sentiment on the rise, it's likely that we'll see continued growth and stability in the global economy. But as we move forward, it's essential that we keep a close eye on developments and consider the potential implications of a deal between the US and EU.